Hello and welcome to the Congo Hour.
Welcome.
I am your host, Wayna, along with my brother, friend, Trippy.
Glad everyone, thankful that everyone joined us this evening. Wayna is going to let us know the rundown of the show, as she always does whenever she's here. What? I'm saying you always do it when you're here. But when you're not, I do it. That's all I'm saying.
And when you're not here, who does it?
You. So,
Or?
whoever's here. So don't stop being so sensitive.
No, you started off already.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Trippy,
That's the way I'm
you
of me saying that I miss you.
of when she's here. Like, who does that? I thought
that's the way I'm saying I miss you, Wayna.
Then just say, I missed
and
you,
the audience,
Wayna.
I miss you, Wayna. And our supporters miss you, too. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're back. Sorry about that. We had to get that out of the way.
No, you had to get it out the way. Our guest this evening is Aaron Bass, who is from Newcastle Charter School of Newcastle,
Mm-hmm.
and Eastside Charter School. So that's our only guest.
Okay, so we have plenty of time to
We
learn.
do, but
all
you know
about-
what,
Yes.
Trippy? Did you announce this last week when I wasn't here that I sent to you?
No, I didn't get
Oh.
it in time. 'Cause you
That's
sent
a
it.
lie.
That's a lie.
I
Is that
sent it.
nice? Yeah, we have
I
we
apologize.
have children watching this show, Wayna. We have to be examples.
Okay, so I'm going to read
Do
this.
better. But first you have to apologize, because we have to teach children.
Apologize for what?
Because you just called me a liar, and that wasn't nice. That wasn't. That,
Because I know what
know,
I
but-
got proof what time I
No,
sent
I
it
said
to
I
you.
said I didn't get it till later. I didn't have my phone on me. I had it
Trippy,
over
how
there.
do you not have your
'Cause
phone
my
on?
phone's over there. I don't do Facebook Live. So you should apologize.
I apologize.
See, so you got to be an example for the children who are watching.
I apologize.
Your apology is
Trippy.
accepted.
The announcement that I wanted Trippy to do last week, and actually we'll do it. We'll be talking about it all month long. So it's
Okay.
Women of Faith and Freedom, Women's Month in July at Friendship Baptist Church on let's see, Sunday. They have Sunday, July 23rd is First Lady Minister Pam Caldwell. She's at 10 a.m. On Sunday, July the 9th, Apostle Leonette Collins at 10 o'clock. On Sunday, July 16th, Dr. Ruth Britt at 10 o'clock. And on Friday, July 21st, our Apostle Linda Tucker, she's at 7 p.m. And Saturday, July 22nd, Evangelist Shanika Williams at 9 a.m. for a prayer breakfast. And it's only $8 for the prayer breakfast. That is at Friendship Baptist Church, 530 East 4th Street. And I'll be talking about it for
And it's only
the month.
$8. Is there a contact number
for the.
on there?
There's not a contact
Oh
number.
wow! I wanted to give away some tickets.
Okay, you can still give away some tickets
let's
because
have
it's my neighbor gave it to me, so you can give away
Okay.
tickets and
Well,
Well,
can I go through your phone?
yeah, but
Okay. Because you know I
No.
forget. No. What about Aaron's phone? Let's give him Aaron's phone number.
Aaron, our
Yeah, let's
guest.
give him his
I get it
phone.
all the time. It's fine.
No, they'll.
Who can they call?
Where's your mom?
Yeah, nah, she won't be prepared for it, so they're gonna bombard her, and she'll be like all thrown off.
So they can just
We'll figure it out. We'll give away some tickets before the end of the show. We'll figure out how. Okay. All right.
You don't have two phones?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, you got rid of the other one?
I never had two phones. I love your hair too. I really do. I'm serious. I'm being serious. I really do like your hair. I love natural look.
Oh, you do?
How long have you had it?
I think it's been a month now.
I saw you riding by the other day when we passed each other.
You didn't
I
know it
was
was me?
No, I did. I was like, oh, wait, I got it natural. I like that.
Oh.
You gonna let it grow out to like an afro? You should.
I don't want to say an afro, but I'm going to
like,
let it grow
oh,
out
you
to, you know, the cute natural look, not
Okay.
I don't know if
This your first time going natural?
it is.
It is. How you like it so far?
I love it. I'm mad that I didn't do it. I'm mad that I didn't do it years ago because it's like real easy. It's like wash and go.
It looks nice.
The only downside about it
What is it?
you see your gray quicker than you do when it's.
Okay. Well, gray is that's a blessing. You know, it is.
It is. Okay.
It's a
thank
sign
you,
of
Trippy.
maturity. It's a sign of maturity in most people, and it's a sign of. Okay, I'm done. That was it. That's my last one. We do have some birthday
Oh,
shout
Miss
outs.
Paulette said we can give her number.
Okay.
Thank
that
you,
works.
Miss
Thank you,
Paulette.
Miss Paulette. So let's give away the tickets are $8.
Yes, now this is for the prayer breakfast
prayer
on
breakfast.
Saturday, July 22nd. Stipulations, you cannot be a relative or trippy or mine.
Okay.
You
Or
cannot,
Aaron.
or Aaron.
He's
I'm
part
not
of
a
us
He's
now.
like, I'm not a
He's
part of
He's
this.
part of us now.
You can be my relative. It's fine. I'll take that.
You
else?
cannot work or be affiliated with Congo Funeral Home or LAPA.
Right.
Okay.
What about any of the performers? Can their families win or not?
No, because they should be.
They should be supporting anyway.
They should be
right?
supporting
Right,
anyway.
so yeah, if you're a family member of one of the performers, sorry, but you are not eligible. But everyone else can call. What's Paulette's number?
I don't know.
You just went through all that.
I thought you knew Miss
even know.
Paulette's number.
Maybe
Miss
she'll put it
Paulette, give me your number,
she'll
please.
put it
Oh,
up.
690-3886. 690-3886. And how many are you giving away?
We'll give away 10 tickets
Okay.
to the first 10 callers to call Paulette, one of our team members at the funeral home. And once again, the number is
690-3886.
okay.
And before the end of the show, Miss Paulette will let me know. I
Okay.
keep covering up the phone. I apologize,
Only the first
y'all.
10 callers.
First
Miss
10.
Paulette. All right. I do want to give a birthday shout out to my niece, Charlotte. Her birthday is today.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
How old is she?
11. Yeah, 11 years old. So happy
That's
birthday,
crazy.
Charlotte.
Happy birthday, Charlotte.
Yeah. And little Butch, his birthday is coming up.
Little Butch.
Little Butch. You can have him on here with us next show to celebrate his birthday.
When's
next
his
Sunday.
birthday?
It's within the next week, I think. I
Okay.
can't remember the exact date, but I know it's soon. So maybe
Okay.
he'll come on.
All right. I'm going to give a happy belated shout out to Miss Lisa Jones Jacobs. She had her birthday party on last week. I should have
Right.
told you
Happy
about it.
belated.
Would have had fun.
Happy belated birthday.
All right. You ready to go to
All
our
right.
guest?
Yes, I am. I'm sure he's ready also.
He's been here for since 7:30.
I've been enjoying this stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Just let the audience know a little bit about yourself and why you're here.
So I'm Aaron Bass. I'm CEO for Vision Academies. Vision Academies is comprised of Eastside Charter School, which is a pre-K through 8th grade school, and we also have Charter School of Newcastle, which is a kindergarten through 4th elementary school, and a middle school, which is grades 5 through 8. We have 1,200 students. We service anywhere in Delaware, so our schools are located in Newcastle and Wilmington, but our students come from as far north as Claymont, as far south as Bear and Appoquinimink School District.
All right. So how long have you been running things over there?
I have been running the network since July of
Okay.
this past year, and so we started off as two separate schools. So we were Eastside Charter School, which has been around for going on 20 years right now, and then there was Family Foundations, which we changed the name to Charter School of Newcastle this year. And then we comprised the network, the organization, starting off in January of this year. We made our official launch.
Okay.
So to tell you about what we're doing, our students in kindergarten through 8th grade, we start having conversations saying, so what do you want to be? The biggest question for us is not about the test scores. It's not about
That's good to hear.
where you've been or what you're doing. The biggest conversation a parent ever wants to talk about is, what does my child want to be? So we have children who've told me, I want to be a doula, I want to be the Queen of England, I want to be a police officer, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a football player. I want to be. And so our focus is not on you have to fit in this certain mold. Our focus is, well, let's explore that. Let's have a conversation about what you want to be. And we also bring our parents in and say, so parents, what do you want for your child to be? So a child who's in 2nd grade right now, we're having conversations around, if your child wants to become a doctor, that's great. Let's discuss what it takes to become a doctor in 2nd grade.
All right.
Let's discuss what it'll take in 4th grade for your child to become the lawyer that they want to become. Let's discuss in 8th grade when they become a teacher, and children change their minds so often. I have children who want to be superheroes. I have children who want to be athletes and rappers, and then they want to be, one who told me was a doula, she's in 2nd grade.
Okay.
I didn't know what a doula was until I was having a child, my first child. So the fact that she knew that's amazing. they can change their minds. What we want to make sure is that our children are never having to face challenges and obstacles that they can't overcome because they weren't educated properly. And so how does your math score relate to what you want to be later on? Let's have a conversation now about how you want to explore in science, because that's where your path lies. Let's discuss how we can actually get you in internships. So our vision plans start off from kindergarten through 8th grade, and then what's unique about our program is that we actually then stay with children after they graduate from 8th grade. So when a child graduates from us, they go off to their high school. Wherever the high school happens to be, we're there for them. When a child goes off to college, we're there for them.
So when you say that, like in what way? How are you still connected with the child?
So we've actually, in looking at our past record and seeing how we've just been trying to do so much for children, we realize that we want to make sure that when I sit with a child and they tell me their life's goal in 3rd grade, their life's goal in 5th grade, we have to make sure that they can actually achieve those dreams.
Right.
So that means we actually, this year went out and did a lot of fundraising. So we've raised over $1 million this year to invest in our children after they graduate. So we've hired staff to support them. So when they go off to whatever the high school happens to be,
That's awesome.
we're there.
$1 million.
Yeah, we raised $1 million this year.
How'd you do that, if you don't mind me asking?
It was really just having conversations with people. So we went off, we started talking with individuals. So we had individuals who donated. We have foundations that donated. We have some companies that donated.
Okay.
The key thing is really about just sharing what we're talking about. It's about children. It's about having a child who, once they have a vision, they can fulfill that vision. They can complete that goal. And so for us, having the staff to go into those high schools means that we can now make sure that when a parent's having a conversation where they feel like they're missing something or they feel like they need an extra set of ears, we have staff in there with them. When they are trying to figure out, how do I apply for college? What's FAFSA? What is the financial aid process? How do I do this personal statement? What colleges should my child be looking at? We're there with them, support those families. When a child's writing the ACTs, doing the SATs or ACTs, we're there with them. And when they're trying to find an internship or a job opportunity, we have staff to support them, because we do know that your internships and your jobs in high school do have an impact on your college applications. Then when students are getting into colleges, so we're actually building partnerships. We have partnerships right now with several independent schools here in Delaware. So we actually have comprised a $700,000 endowment for scholarships just for our students. So when they graduate from our schools, we've invested $700,000 on top of the $1 million.
Wow.
Just in scholarship opportunities for children, to make sure that when you're going off to whatever the independent school is and you need certain funding for that, or you head off to your college, we have funds for you. We don't want to have obstacles for our children that take them away from their dreams and their goals.
So a child can go through your program, they leave in 8th grade, they go to a high school, they get accepted to a college. They can come back to you and get scholarship money for college? Come back to your program?
They can come back to us. We still work with them and partner with the colleges. The college partnership means a lot. My previous work, so I've been doing education for a little while, and I've had parents who, we want you to go to college, go to college, go to college. Great. And then kids go off to college. Now what?
All right.
So when that financial aid paperwork isn't filled in on time, or when they happen to send you a letter because they've changed the calculations in September about how they do whatever, you owe us $10,000, Mom. I had a story about a parent who came to my one of my schools I was principal for, and she said, you know what, Mr. Bass, I'm about to go off to the school. I'm about to lose my mind because it's the day my daughter is supposed to be dropped off at college, and they just told me I owe an additional $10,000. She had tears in her eyes, and she knew nothing more than a $10,000 bill the first day of school for my daughter, and I don't know what to do. I said, Mom, sit down. So we sat down, got with some staff. Within 1 hour, the $10,000 was removed. The child went off to school, and Mom didn't lift a finger. It's important because we have families who are looking to climb this mountain of college, and who are looking to do the right things, and children who have put in the work in kindergarten through 8th grade and in high schools, and now they have this dream and this goal, but there's an obstacle right there. So having a network behind you, it means that when we call that college, you're not messing with that one child.
Right.
You're messing with an entire network of children who are doing some incredible work, and because we support our children through college. So not just in college, I'm not happy when you just make it there. Going to college and even getting to your 3rd year, your 4th year means you have debt. You don't have a degree. And so making sure that our children are able to go off to college and graduate. And then on top of that, we still then have staff on top of that to work with our children. So once they graduate, who's there with you to walk you through your network? So the people who have been contributing and supporting the work that we're doing, we're also having conversations with them. When you wrote that check was also a promise. That promise was that not only would you support our children now, but you would then have employees later on because they've been doing the great work that we've been talking about. And so now, with so much infrastructure and with so much money that goes through Delaware, we want to make sure that our children are actually not just recipients, but also the employees, also the CEOs, also the lawyers, and that we can reshape Delaware not in the way that we feel like we have to form something, but in the way that there are Delaware children who've come through Charter School of Newcastle and Eastside Charter School who can be effective because now they have a network to work with after they graduate from college and now can walk into the roles they want to.
What's the child-teacher ratio?
So it varies. So we have classes as small as maybe 10 to 15 children. We have some classes with one teacher. We have some classes, 22 children in the classroom with 2 teachers in there. Our largest class size might be about 24 within all of our schools.
Okay.
But with that, it also means that we have support staff all the way. So we have people who work with students with special needs. We have teachers who work with students with their reading. We want to look at whatever you're facing, because if we're really focused on this big idea of this vision, this goal that a child has, then we can't have anything hold us back from trying to get to the root of what is going to make you become the great leader you need to be.
Right.
And then for a child who happens to be reading 2-3 grade levels ahead of where they should be. Because a lot of times we focus on children who have needs. Every child has a need. For that child who's in 3rd grade reading on a 6th grade level, great. Let's get you to 9th grade level in the next 2 years. Let's get you off to a college level so you can do your AP classes in high school. Whether to support you through that entire process, we want to make sure that the work that we're putting in, we have 150 employees in our network, 150 educators work with our children, all focused on one mission, that you can complete your vision, that we'll be there with you. And we're the only network in all of Delaware that's actually doing that. And it's not because we're trying to set ourselves apart. We're trying to actually set a trend.
That's good.
I want you to talk about your relationship with the parents. But first, I want to make sure that we have your information on what the...
We do. I did send it to them.
Okay, if we can put the information, the contact information on the screen so that those out there who are interested or want to know more can get in contact. I don't know if we need to take a quick break and come back, or if they can...
I was going to say, let's take a quick break just to make sure that they do have it.
All right, we'll be right back. Before we went to break, we were talking about your relationship with the parents of your schools. Can you talk about that with us?
Sure. So the relationship with parents is essential to the work that we do. Making sure that when we start off with that conversation, even every student that starts off in our school starts off with a contract.
Okay.
And so that commitment to excellence is a contract that the parents sign, the student signs, and also one of our staff members sign. Why is that important? Because when you come into a school, you should know what your expectations are. And expectations we have for our parents, expectations we have for the students, but above all, expectations we have for our staff.
Okay.
And so that conversation is important because we want to be held accountable. If we're not doing the best we can by our children, let me know. If we are doing the best we are, let me know what's working well. Let's have a conversation how we can improve that, because we want to have that same conversation with your child. This is what Jamal is doing excellent. This is what Janice is having a great time on. This is what Shayna is making her mark in the world. Let's continue on that path. And so that's an important conversation. We meet with our parents 3 times a year at minimal. We also do live events. We've had fathers and daughters dances and mothers and sons dance. Picnics. We've done monthly at Charter School of Newcastle. We actually have parent events where parents come out and they do different activities. So how to doing nutrition, how they're doing health, how they're doing just different roles they have where parents come and share with each other. We also, Eastside has a number of activities as well. The key thing is that we want to make sure we're engaging parents. So that's important for what we do. And it's also, we're committing to parents saying, we're not only investing in your child from K to 8, we're going to be with you from 9 through 12, through college graduation, into your child's career. And after that, when you're 40 years old, you want to call us up, we'll be here.
Right.
But we commit to age 23 because we want to make sure you get that fresh start into your network.
That's good.
Okay.
During the break as well, I mentioned a lot of people don't like charter schools. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So it's interesting. I've worked on a national level with charters. I've worked locally with charters. What is incredible about the conversation between district versus charters is not really a competition, right? If you slap charter on the label of something, it doesn't mean that that school became better. If you put district on something, it doesn't mean that the district is better or worse. It's really about who's educating your children, what is their accountability and responsibility with your child. Are they there to support you? And long term, will they be there after your child graduates? So we believe that at our school, we have to be a charter school. We're free. We are a public institution. So for people who are applying to our schools, even now we have children who are applying in the summertime at Eastside Charter School and Charter School of Newcastle. We're free.
Okay.
But that also means that we are investing in our children after they graduate, because we want to make sure that we back our education. So at Charter School of Newcastle recently, we have just gotten preliminary SBAC scores back, all the state scores back. We're seeing that Charter School of Newcastle, the students on English did 2 times more growth than the state did, state average. They've actually, on math, done 7 times the state average in growth in math. Why is that important? It's not because it's charter district. I've worked with all different types of schools. There are leaders in Delaware who are principals right now that I've trained. There are leaders across the nation who are in districts, who are in charters, who are in private schools as well. I don't really care. If you're educating children, if you care about the people you're working with, then you're doing great work. If not, leave. Education does not need you, do not need bad educators. And the fact we have so many great people in education right now, we need to empower them. So for district versus charter, I love that conversation, because I don't believe that it's one or the other. Who's working well for children?
All right. So tell us some of your background.
My background, so I forgot about that. I'm born and raised in Philly.
Okay.
My mother raised my brother and I in West Philadelphia. She actually taught at Will Smith's high school.
I was getting ready to say, West Philadelphia,
born
and raised on the playgrounds where you spent most of your days.
In the house doing work. My mom was a teacher, so I was in the playgrounds too much. But my brother is now, he has been doing work. He worked for the Obama administration, doing education policy work there, and then he's off in D.C. I'm doing work I do right now, and I have to test my mother for that. I started education teaching in high school. So I would teach in my high school. I actually taught history classes, and I taught math and English classes when I was in high school in Germantown.
You taught in the high school that you were attending, or?
No, so I would I worked in a program where we would grab middle school students, and we actually led classes. They would allow high school and college students to teach. And so I started writing curriculum when I was 16 years old at the Million Man March. I actually went to the march, and I came back and I said, so what am I going to do? I got to do something. I had all this pent-up energy, and so I started teaching in my own neighborhood. Taught throughout college as well. And then I started professionally teaching in Atlanta. So I taught in Atlanta middle school and then high school. I taught at the same school T.I. went to, in fact. I actually remember meeting T.I. when I was in Atlanta. I didn't know he would be T.I.
Right.
He was some guy who was rapping. Started in Atlanta teaching there, taught history, then went to Florida, started a nonprofit there called Breakthrough, and then went to KIPP in Philadelphia schools, and I started my own high school there in Philly, KIPP Du Bois Collegiate Academy, in 2010.
Okay.
I worked with the Eagles. I was Chip Kelly called me to come in. Back in the Chip Kelly era, I was a education consultant for the Eagles. Did that for about 2 seasons, and then Chip left, and I left as well.
What was your role then?
So I would go into I would go into the classrooms with the Eagles, and I would sit with the running backs. I would sit with the offensive coordinator. I would sit with the different coaches. They would teach their classes, and I would watch them, and then I would give them feedback on their teaching. Okay. So it's kind of impressive when you're sitting next to Sproles and you're taking notes, and he's taking notes too, but it's different notes. I'm telling Deuce Staley, who's the running back coach, hey, when you did this, I want to make sure that you follow up on this, or do you know that they were actually with you? Did you check for understanding when you did that? Okay. Nothing more than how we work with our teachers right now. It's really about, so what is your message? What are you trying to communicate? How do you know the message got across? That's all teaching really is.
How long? What brought you to Delaware?
Delaware. So I happen to know one of the previous administrators who was here. Okay. And we were talking, and he asked me to come out a couple of different occasions. I finally came out, saw the schools, fell in love with the kids. I saw where the schools could go. I saw the potential here in Delaware. I also saw how we could start to fill a void. I met with the board, so I have an incredible board of trustees who are passionate about the work that we're doing, and they convinced me as well to come on out and then also meet with our parents. So that's how I came out to Delaware.
Okay. How long have you been here?
I've been here since July,
Since
so
July,
it's
right.
1
One
year,
year.
as of, what's the day, July 2nd? So yeah, it's a year and a day.
Okay. Happy
Wow.
anniversary.
Hey,
Yeah,
this is my
happy
anniversary of
anniversary.
being here. Now, I made it to the Congo show, so I feel like
You-
I've done something.
You arrived
I've
now.
arrived.
Oh man, stop.
At least I'm on the set. I'm
Right.
not arrived yet. But the key is we'll be arrived once our children are actually leading in Delaware, when our children are actually fulfilling their visions and their goals, and when our parents are able to come back and fulfill that investment as well. One thing we also do is we're also this year at both of our schools focusing on how we can make sure we're providing job opportunities to our parents. So
How do you do that?
So doing job fairs, actually connecting parents with job opportunities here in Delaware. That's important for us because it's one critical piece. If parents are able to do better, then children can do better.
That's right.
So if we're already focused and we have staff who are now working on developing internships and job opportunities, while you're at that same employer, have the same conversation. Do you have any openings? Can we post? Can we share with our families? The more we can do, then the better off we can actually have an impact here in Delaware.
It's definitely
How do you feel the state treats the public school system? Have you been here long enough to have an opinion about that? As far as like, especially financially.
But so that's a really good question. I think that our elected leaders mean well. I think that those who are at the Department of Education mean well. I haven't met a person who is intentionally bent on dismantling education or has a negative or ill will towards children. I think sometimes we make decisions though that are in the best interest of children.
Right.
And so I do think how we are funding education, there are many flaws we have here in Delaware. And so I would love to, and I've had many conversations with different elected leaders and with our education department, and they're trying, but it has to be everyone at the table actually saying, we need to do everything possible for our children. There are many different issues we have here in Delaware. So we want to make sure we're servicing in the health sector. We want to make sure we're servicing our police, and we want to make sure we're servicing every different government employee.
Right.
But for our children, the future of Delaware doesn't rest with our retirement.
That's right.
It rests with the children. And if we're able to impact the children in a positive way, then we can actually pay for retirement so much more effectively because we have people who are bringing more industry here in Delaware. And so let's actually invest in that.
Very good. I'm sitting here thinking because I work with Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester, and she's on the education committee. So I'm gonna definitely have a conversation after this conversation because she's very interested in our education system.
And we're happy to have her too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll have to
education.
yeah, right. Because I think just like Aaron does, I think it all begins with education.
Right.
And once you start cutting back from education, and once you start messing with the children's future, I just think it's intentional. I mean, I'm going to be a little bit more
Blunt.
yeah, blunt. I know that we don't want to directly accuse one person, but I do think it's intentional because you can either do it the right way, or you can do it the wrong way.
Right.
And if we're doing it the wrong way, let's do it. There are people who can make it happen the right way. I think that I think it's intentional. I don't think that it will ever change, honestly, until we, as a community, rise up and say, okay, enough's enough, because they're not gonna change it because it's not. I don't think they're not directly affected by it. So.
Right.
But that's another conversation.
another conversation.
Yeah, we'll have to have you come back and talk about that.
Yeah, and
So,
bring some students with you as
I would
well.
love to. So we'd love to
Yeah.
come out during the school year
Okay.
and
Right.
bring some of the children out and bring some of our graduates who
Okay.
are
Oh,
now
yeah,
off in
yeah.
some incredible high schools and doing some great work.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, yeah,
I
and thank you,
appreciate it.
Keena Hamilton, for even
Yeah, thanks, Keena.
making the connection.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, she better be watching. She's probably not even watching. I think she's on vacation, right?
She is,
Yeah,
but she's an incredible person, so I
Yeah.
think she'll. at
But
least
the
be on
good
Facebook
thing,
or
I was
something.
going to say, the good thing about the Congo Hour is that after tomorrow they can
Right.
go on and view.
On
so,
Facebook, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
And happy 4th of July to you all as
Oh,
well.
thank you.
Thank
Where you
you.
gonna be? Where's the cookout?
The cookout. I'm gonna be with Wayne. What beach you going to? I'll be on that beach.
I'm
She's
gonna
be
find
on.
out. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna find out during the break. We're gonna take a really quick break, and
We
we'll
got
be
a
right
driver.
Back. We'll be right back with our funeral announcements. If you have any questions, please call us at the funeral home anytime at 652-8887. Once again, our number is 652-8887. You can also go to our website at any time and leave a condolence for the family or get more information, www.congofuneralhome.com. Right now, we're going to read off the winners for the prayer breakfast. We want to thank Miss Muriel Bradley for watching. She's our first winner. Miss Naomi of Joshua Harvest is a winner. Miss Belinda Thompson, thank you so much. You're a winner. Mr. Keith James, you also won a ticket. Miss Letitia Thompson, you are a winner. Miss Beverly Money, Michelle Harley, Maria Reeves, Rita Foster, and Pat Hampton. You will all be receiving calls from Wayna probably tomorrow, no later than Wednesday, about how you will receive your ticket. Once again, Miss Muriel Bradley, Miss Naomi of Joshua Harvest, Miss Belinda Thompson, Keith James, Letitia Thompson, Beverly Money, Michelle Harley, Marie Reeves, Rita Foster, and Pat Hampton. And thank you all so much for watching. And just one announcement for community news: the Neighborhood House Incorporated school age program is currently accepting new registrations. Their program is licensed by the State Office of Child Care and Licensing. It's for grades K through 12. It operates Monday through Friday. Before school care, 7:30 to 8:30, and after school care, 2:30 to 6:30. All participating children are provided nutritious meals and snacks. Their program is designed to address the holistic wellness of children by providing educational, enriching, and an enjoyable experience. Please note that there is a tuition fee for children to participate, but they do accept purchase of care, credit cards, and bank cards. Tuition payments can also be made directly to the Neighborhood House on their website. For more information, please call 658-5404. Again, their number is 658-5404. You can also stop by the Neighborhood House and talk to the receptionist, and they are located at 1218 B Street, 1218 B Street in Wilmington. All right, that concludes our show. Thank you so much for watching. If you ever want to be a part of the Congo Hour, please call Wayna at 521-7325. 521-7325. And I did find out where she's going to the beach. I told y'all I was going to tell y'all. She's going to Lewis Beach tomorrow. So if you're going to be in that area, look out for Wayna and tell her that you caught her. All right? Thank you so much, and we'll see you next Sunday.